Welcome to Travel Plans. My name is Dean. I just wanted to say hi. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm trying to improve and make sure that you the viewer are getting the information you're looking for. I'd love to hear from you with some suggestions for new places to visit. So please comment and send me your requests. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, like and hit notifications, as I publish new videos every other day. Bye for now. I hope to hear from you soon.
Get your travel facts here.
Aloha. Interesting facts about Hawaii. Today we are taking a break in paradise. The only U.S. state composed entirely of islands is Hawaii. There is no majority in Hawaii. Everyone is in the minority. Hawaii has one of the world's most diverse population mixes.
Hawaii has 8 main islands and other smaller islands and islets. The main islands are Niihau, Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Kahului, Maui, and the island of Hawaii. Kahului is the only one uninhabited.
Lanai, also known as the Pineapple Island, has the world's largest pineapple plantation.
Hawaii's tallest mountain, Mauna Kea, is taller than Mount Everest, if the height is considered from its base, which lies in the Pacific. On the island of Kauai, Mount Waialae is one of the world's wettest places. It's also the rainiest spot in the U.S. The Hawaiian Islands were first settled by Polynesians. It's the only state in the U.S. that has a royal palace. Polynesian kings and a queen ruled Hawaii for about 100 years. Captain James Cook, the first European to visit the Hawaiian Islands, in 1778. He named the islands the Sandwich Islands. The world's largest plant maze, made from pineapple plants, is in Hawaii, the Dole Plantation's Garden Maze. On Mauna Kea, there are 13 telescopes operated by astrologers from 11 countries. Hawaii is the only state in the U.S. with 2 official languages, Hawaiian and English.
Pearl Harbor Naval Base on Oahu, in Hawaii. On December 7, 1941, the base was attacked by Japanese forces. The attack was resulted in the entry of the U.S. into World War II.
Aloha, a Hawaiian word, is a simple greeting. It has a cultural and spiritual significance to the local Hawaiians. It is also a word for affection, love and peace. The father of modern surfing, Jude Kahanamoku, from Honolulu, Hawaii, was a competition swimmer who popularized the sport of surfing. Hawaii and Arizona are the only 2 states in the U.S. who do not observe daylight saving. The only state in the U.S. where coffee is commercially grown is Hawaii. Kona coffee from the Big Island is considered the best. The only 2 states in the U.S. where gambling is illegal is Utah and Hawaii. That means no horse races, lotteries, sports betting, or even bingo.
There is no dominant group of people in Hawaii. It has people from a variety of ethnicity and cultures.
The landmass of Hawaii is constantly growing due to volcanic activity. It's the only state in the U.S. which is growing. On the island of Kauai, you cannot build a structure taller than a palm tree. Tourism is economically important to Hawaii. It creates more than 192,000 jobs and generates $1.8 billion in tax revenues to the state. More than 60 movies have been filmed in Hawaii, including Jurassic Park. Other movies that were filmed in Hawaii are The Descendants, The Hunger Games, Kong, Skull Island, and Raiders of the Lost Ark, among others.
Hawaii has lost more wildlife species than any other state in the U.S.
It's considered rude to refuse to wear a lei flower if someone offers it to you. The first state to ban plastic bags is Hawaii. The only snakes that are allowed in Hawaii are displayed in zoos. Otherwise, snakes are outlawed in Hawaii. Advertising billboards are also outlawed in Hawaii. It's one of 4 other states in the US that have banned the use of billboards for the purpose of advertising. The name Hawaii comes from the Proto-Polynesian word, Hawaiki, which translates to homeland or place of the gods. Aloha State is Hawaii's nickname. Aloha is derived from the Proto-Polynesian alofa. Its meanings include love, compassion and mercy. It's used both for hello and goodbye.
Astronauts trained for moon exploration on Mauna Loa's lava fields in the 1960s, which resembles the surface of the moon. The longest-running police drama until Law and Order was Hawaii Five-0, from 1968 to 1980. The hoary bat and the monk seal are the only 2 mammals that are native to Hawaii. Entering the U.S. in August 1959. Hawaii is the youngest state in America. Supposedly taught hula by the Hawaiian god Luka. Hula was a form of worship performed originally by men. The demigod who taught Hawaiians to make fire, invented spears, and created a giant fish hook from his dead grandmother's jawbone, is who the island of Maui was named after. Early Hawaiians believed that heavier women, especially a chiefess, the more beautiful it made her. Hinaloo or surfing was invented thousands of years ago by the first settlers of Hawaii. Those boards weighed more than 68 kilograms and measured up to 20 feet. The shark, Mano, is considered a god and treated with great respect by Hawaiians. Ancient Hawaiians often played flutes with their nose, while most people play flutes with their mouths today. The highest sea cliffs in the world are on Molokai. They are the result of the peninsula falling into the sea due to the erosion from the sea pounding its base. Kilauea volcano erupted in 1790, on the island of Hawaii. The most deadly volcanic eruption in the US killed over 5,000 people. Most isolated population center on Earth, Hawaii is 2,390 miles away from North America. The current population of Hawaii is more than 1.3 million people. In 1778, the population was nearly 1 million. By 1919, the population declined to 22,600, in large part due to war and disease. The Cathedral of Our Lady of Peace in Honolulu was built in 1843. The oldest Catholic cathedral in constant use in the U.S. The world's largest dormant volcano is the Haleakala crater. Hiram Fong, the son of Chinese immigrants who came to Hawaii to work on the sugar cane plantations, was the first Asian American in the U.S. Senate, was from Hawaii. The Hawaiian macadamia nut is actually Australian. Macadamia nuts aren't from Hawaii. The Hawaiian state flower is the yellow hibiscus. Many people associate Hawaii with the fragrant plumeria flower. There are 2 official sports in Hawaii. They are outrigger canoe paddling and surfing. Hawaii's official team sport since 1986 is outrigger canoe paddling. In 1998, surfing was made the official state individual sport. All beaches in Hawaii are public, with the government beaches being the only exception. Volcanic ash from Kilauea volcano on the Big Island creates volcanic smog, sometimes is blown over to other islands.
The Fumufumunukunukuapua is the Hawaiian state fish. The name means triggerfish with a snout like a pig. The world's largest wind generator is on Oahu, in Hawaii.
Throughout the winters, Mauna Kea's peak is covered in snow and is the tallest volcano in Hawaii.
It's not a gem, technically an animal used to make jewelry. The state gem is black coral.
Hawaii has the highest percentage of Asian Americans and lowest percentage of white Americans.
Only people with Hawaiian ancestry are called Hawaiians, no matter what the duration that you've been in Hawaii. Others, no matter even if born in Hawaii, can only call themselves locals. Loihi, a new Hawaiian island, is forming off the coast of the Big Island, created by periodic eruptions of the submarine volcano.
At the hotspot, the new island will appear as the summit breaks the ocean surface.
The oldest of the Hawaiian islands is Kauai, the youngest is the Big Island. The Hawaiian archipelago originates from the northwestward movement of the Pacific Plate's middle section over a volcanic hotspot. The touching of endangered animals in Hawaii is considered a sign of disrespect. You should be aware that when traveling in the archipelago, touching any endangered animals isn't just against the law but also very disrespectful in Hawaiian culture. Cacao beans are grown commercially in Hawaii, starting with a cacao plant brought from Guatemala and introduced in the Don Marin's Gardens of the King in 1833, expanded to be an economic success story. In 2015, beaches are made smoke-free in Hawaii. It's illegal to smoke at a beach or state park. Starting on Oahu in 1978, the Ironman Triathlon Championship takes place on Hawaii, the Big Island. This competition has 3 separate sporting events combined into one. The Waikiki Rough Water Swim, 3.86 kilometers, the Oahu Bike Race, 180.2 kilometers,
and the Honolulu Marathon, 42.195 kilometers. The Ironman Championship moved to Kailua Kona on the Big Island in 1981. All Hawaiian islands have a nickname.
Oahu, the Gathering Place. Kauai, the Garden Isle.
Maui, the Valley Isle.
Hawaii Island, the Orchid Isle.
Molokai, the Friendly Isle.
Lanai, the Private Isle, and before the Pineapple Isle. Niihau, the Forbidden Isle. Kahului, the Target Isle.
Thank you for watching. If there is anything else you would like to know about the destination, please let me know in the comments and I will try to include in the next video.
Subscribe, notifications, like, comment, share.
See you next time.